Here's what's happened on Hope for Tomorrow. The ghost of Annabella Cotillion has locked Valerie Adams and Kathy Kramer in an upstairs room of the Adams mansion. Maddie Tyler, the Marvy Herald's interim city editor, has gone to the mansion to do a story about the seance that has taken place that night. Belinda Brooklyn has admitted to Chuck Miller that she doesn't want just a platonic, professional relationship with him. Miller has made it clear to her that he's in love with Rosalind Nosdahl. Gwen Green arrived at Mike's hospital room and told him that she no longer wants a long-distance marriage and that she and their baby are moving to Marvy. Cal Sutton and Megan Marlowe were on their way to the hospital in Riverside, where Cal's uncle, Mel Adams, is hospitalized. Addie Tyler is riding back to Marvy with Wendy Wilson after Wendy discovered Chad Featherstone at a nightclub with Addie. Addie assured Wendy that she didn't know that she and Chad were dating until a text came from her to Chad. On their way back, Addie texted her sister Maddie and explained what had happened. On Amy Dunbar's patio, Morris Hollister has given Riley Ray an early Christmas gift and asked her to marry him on her 21st birthday, which will be on December 21st. Wanda Redford is in recovery after surgery to remove shrapnel from a gunshot wound. Connie Stryver, who is in love with Wanda, is on her way to the hospital in Harpertown, Texas. Wanda's husband, Charlie, is still not aware of the chemistry between Connie and his wife. A police officer has arrived at the home of Will and Kathleen Bronner. The officer has a warrant for the arrest of Tangerine Talley, who is Kathleen's daughter. Earlier, Tangerine was disturbing the peace at Brianna Coltrane's apartment. Our story picks up in Brianna's apartment, where there's Maeve Fitzpatrick, Margarita Resnick, and Brianna.
You actually called the police, Maeve?
Yeah, I actually did. That crazy woman attacked me here tonight, and I want the police to do something about it. I think she's not only a menace to me, but a menace to society.
Come on, Maeve. Tangerine could be a jerk sometimes, but to report her what she did to the police?
Tangerine Talley's a psycho!
For heaven's sake, Mauve. I wonder where Tangerine ran to. She left here like a gazelle.
I don't care where she is, as long as she's out of my presence.
I'm sure glad you came over to see me tonight, Tangerine. It's Saturday night, though. I figured you'd be out on a date.
Well, consider this our date.
You have such a nice personality, Tangerine.
Thank you, Scotty.
You want to watch television?
Nah, why don't we just sit here and talk? Let's talk about us.
Can't we just talk? There I go again, singing that Khalid song. I love Khalid.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Talk. You know, Scotty, you're the only person I can talk to. You're the only one who really listens to me.
I'm happy to be your friend, Tangerine.
Brother, you better be careful about who you choose for your friends.
Amy, I don't believe it.
Dunbar, you eavesdropping, weren't you?
Scotty needs his rest.
Amy, please.
It's time for you to leave, Tangerine. Take your little flirtatious moves out of my house before I call the police, and don't you show your face here again.
I'm not believing this. You have no right to talk to Tangerine that way. I don't know why everyone is so against this friend of mine. She's a lovely person, and I won't stand.
Scotty, what's wrong?
Scotty, see what you've done, Dunbar?
Shut up. Scotty, here, lie down on the sofa. I'm calling 911.
Do you have any idea where your daughter is, Mrs. What's your last name?
Bronner. I have no idea. As I told you, she jumped out of the back seat when we were on Muscadine Drive, and she ran westward.
That's right, officer. She's a wild one.
Will?
Well, she is.
And you say, officer, that Maeve Fitzpatrick called the police.
Yes, ma'am.
About an hour ago, my ex-husband, my husband here, and I were at Brianna Coltrane's apartment. When we arrived, Maeve Fitzpatrick had Tangerine pinned to the floor. Brianna said they'd gotten into a scuffle.
Well, I need to find her, and you say that the last time you saw her was when she jumped out of your car on Muscadine Drive and ran west?
That is right.
And how long ago was that?
About 45 minutes ago.
Well, thank you. I'll be going now.
Officer, let me write my phone number down and give it to you. Will you call me when you find her?
Yes, ma'am.
Call me no matter what time it is.
I will. Something tells me that it's going to be a long night in Marvy. Good night.
Good night.
Come on, Cass, let's go to bed.
How do you expect me to sleep after this?
Hi, Chief. Davy, you were gone longer than I expected. I had to drive slowly. Power lines on the road, you know. Get some good photographs? Definitely. I was over on the west side of Marvy. It looks bad over there. KQWQ radio station was hit hard. Their tower's down. I got some pictures of that. I tried to get in touch with the owner. What's his name? Miller? Yes, Chuck Miller. What are you working on, Chief? The abduction of Mel Adams and the car crash she was in tonight. Oh, man, I didn't know about it. How is Mr. Adams? Well, he's hospitalized in Riverside and is in critical condition. And he was abducted? Yes. Some psycho dressed like Cleopatra kidnapped him while he was on the air giving information about the tornado damage. They left in his car and met up with some guy in Little Italy who had robbed a jewelry store in San Diego today. Not far from Riverside, the car crashed.
Hi, Davy. How bad is it out there?
It's bad. You really have to take it slow. You think Maddie will have any problems? She just left to cover a story. By the way, thank you for what you said tonight, Peggy.
What I said?
You know, when Maddie spoke up that she'd like to be the interim city editor, you were very supportive of her idea.
Oh, sure. She'll do a great job for the Herald.
Maddie's going to be our new city editor? Interim. Cool. She wanted to go out and do a story, even at this bloody hour.
What story is she covering?
The events at the Adams Mansion. She's going to get some pictures.
The Adams Mansion?
Yes. Why the disturbed look, Peggy?
I had a dream last night about the Adams Mansion. Well, no, it wasn't a dream. It was a nightmare.
Some creepy things go on at that place. The conversations, Peggy, you've heard about tonight's seance probably were on your mind, and you had some bad dreams about the place.
No, Mr. Tyler, they were more than just bad dreams. I saw horrible images all there at the Adams Mansion.
I'm Amanda Malone, and I play the roles of Meg Barton and Belinda Brooklyn.
And I'm Amber Carson, and I play the role of Margarita.
You're listening to Hope for Tomorrow.
Well, tell us who you are, Alan, and who you play.
What time is it?
The women magnet Chuck Miller and Morris Hollister, who's just proposed to Riley Ray. This time I'm going to see if I can say it like Laura Vernon says it. You're listening to
Hope for Tomorrow. It's Sunday morning at the medical facility in eastern Tennessee where Jeff Corning is saying goodbye to Evie and her mother.
What time is it?
A few minutes before 4. Reminds me of that classic rock hit, 25 or 6 to 4 by the group Chicago. It's a song about a songwriter who's been up all night trying to write a song and he can't think of anything to put.
How much sleep did you get, Jeff?
Well, I turned in at 9, about 7 hours. Evie, you were sound asleep when I turned in on that cot.
When will you be back? I mean, when will you meet us at that place?
Well, Tuesday's my court date. I'm thinking that I can take a flight out of San Diego later this week and meet you in Daletown, Tennessee, which is only a few miles east of Sandrin.
You mean the nut house?
Stop it, Evie. You're not going to a nut house. Sandrin's specialist will help you regain your memory.
Oh, you really think so, do you?
Yes, I actually do.
And so do I, Evie.
All of you seem to be so sure about me.
Sandrin's a wonderful place. It's a beautiful place. Dr. Sweeting's saying there are oak trees at Sandrin.
I'll be sure to do some climbing. Why don't you go out on a limb with me?
You say that jokingly, but you used to climb trees when you were a kid. You were such a tomboy. A guy named Curtis, who lived down from us, came over to our house to play with you. You two would be up those trees of ours in no time.
Stop it. Just stop talking. Your voice in this dreadful early morning hour is annoying me.
Well, excuse me, Evie.
Here I am about to be taken somewhere that I've never been, and you're talking about me climbing trees.
You were the one who brought up the subject of climbing.
Ugh.
Your mother is just trying to help, Evie. Look, I have to be going if I'm going to take that red-eye flight.
Yes, just go.
Evie, don't talk that way to your wonderful husband.
Evie, may I kiss you?
I doubt if I can even remember how to do that.
The last time we kissed was on our wedding night in that cold, cold chapel as the snowflakes fell. As we spoke softly to each other, we could see our breath. Even though it was in that little chapel, it was very romantic.
Look, I'll get out of the room while you say your goodbyes.
I thought you said you had to go. Why are you just standing there waiting?
Because I can't stand the thought of leaving you, even if it's only for a half a week or so. I love how it was on our wedding night.
I wish I could remember it. You're looking at a woman who can't even remember her wedding and her wedding night.
I'm looking at a beautiful woman, my irresistible wife. Don't get frustrated. Let me put my arms around you and kiss you goodbye.
You've been smoking.
I know. Sorry about the odor.
Tell me...
Tell you? Tell you what?
Tell me all about our wedding night.
Here, let me show you. It went something like this.
Maddie Tyler has arrived at Valerie Adams' mansion.
Anyone home? Hello? This is Maddie Tyler from the Marvy Herald. Is anyone home? I see candles lit. There must be someone in there. What the?
Go away. Go away and don't come back here, ever!
Someone screamed.
Oh, it came from the front door, didn't it?
I think so. What do you think's going on out there?
Well, I think Annabelle Cotillion is scaring the hell out of someone.
You see anyone down there?
I thought I did, but no, this window faces the backyard.
I sure'd like to know who screamed.
Yeah, so would I. So what time is it?
It's almost 1:30.
It'd be out there at 1:30 in the morning.
Whoever it was sure was in distress.
I've never seen anything like that in my life. I've got to call my dad. Great, I have no service. Whoever or whatever that was I saw from another world, another time. Maddie, you're not imagining this. I really saw a ghost.
Gwen Green is with her husband, Mike, in his hospital room. Dr. Deerfield has entered the room.
Mr. Green, good evening. Or should I say good morning?
Yes. Hi, Dr. Deerfield. This is my wife, Gwen. She just now arrived all the way from Nevada.
Hello. How is Mike, Doctor? How is he?
Well, I have good news. Sometime tomorrow afternoon he could be released. I say that as though he's a prisoner being released. Mrs. Green, you can take your husband home. Just postpone the romance for a while.
You hear that, Mike? I'm taking you home.
Chuck Miller and Belinda Brooklyn have arrived at Belinda's home.
And this is where you live, Belinda?
Yes. I live here with my father. I'm 23 and still living in my father's house.
What about your mom?
What about my mom?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pry.
It's okay. My mom, as you call her, left Danny and me when I was 14. I get a birthday card from her once a year, though.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. They're Hallmark birthday cards. I have to laugh to keep from crying.
I know that must have been hard on you and your dad.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm sorry I was so candid with you a few minutes ago. I look forward to being your sales manager when the radio station gets back on the air. It was great to have met you tonight. This whole thing's kind of weird. First, my boyfriend and I walked to your radio station to see the damage and we meet you. He leaves and then you and I connect and I have dinner with you and Rosalind.
Yeah? It was meant to be, Belinda.
I guess you better go. Rosalind may be getting worried about you.
She's probably as sound asleep as a child on Christmas Eve. That medicine for her migraines really knocks her out.
I don't envy her. Well, yes, I do. She has you, and I don't.
This has been Hope for Tomorrow. Today's cast has been Alan Baswell as Chuck Miller, Jordan Berry as Peggy Smith, Colin Blaze as Davy Oakes, Kazia Bush as Tangerine Talley, Amber Carson as Margarita Resnick and Amy Dunbar, Kirby Cox as Jeff Corning, Madison Nicole Davis as Maddie Tyler, Catherine Frederick as Evie Buchanan Corning, Lily Greenlaw as Brianna Coltrane, Shelley Abear as Mike Green, Lisa Justice as Kathleen Bronner, Jenny Leonard as Valerie Adams and Gwen Green, Amanda Malone as Belinda Brooklyn, Julia Morrison as Officer Adams, Christopher Oglesby as Will Bronner, Rose Rice as Kathy Kramer, Mary Sasser as Margaret Buchanan, Christina McCauley Smith as Dr. Deerfield, Don Rodney Radio Vaughn as Scotty Dunbar and Roland Tyler, and yours truly, Laura Vernon as Annabella Cotillion. Hope for Tomorrow is a production of WGTC Radio on the East Mississippi Community College Golden Triangle campus. This show will be played back at 3:30 Tuesday afternoon, 7:30 Wednesday morning, 3 o'clock Friday afternoon, and 9:30 Sunday morning. Join us again for Hope for Tomorrow.